Yeah. Hit is all in the building, man. What's good, yo? So, like, on this video, guys, we're gonna talk about overcoming subconsciousness. Understand? Or overstanding subconsciousness. So, you're gonna understand, right? And you're gonna overcome your subconscious mind. So they call it, right? But a subconscious is like a universal thing. The universe is subconscious. Everything is created subconsciously. There's no conscious act to create the subconscious. There's no conscious awareness. To create. There is a consciousness. That's why it's called the subconscious. But there is no awareness of creating the subconscious. So, being in the conscious, we know that we haven't created the subconscious yet, right? Or we don't create the subconscious. At least maybe we are learning to create our own subconscious by being in the subconscious code, which is the universe, right? So you have to understand that everything is mental. So you can call the universe a mind, and we are sort of like messengers. We are sort of like neurons sending messages from one neuron to the other, based upon resonance, whatever. So it's like being on the same frequency, you understand? So if there's enough frequency in the neuron that is you, right? If there is a certain amount of frequencies, or if you are generating a certain amount of frequencies, or if you have been influenced by a certain amount of frequencies, then you're gonna resonate with other beings or things that are influenced by that certain amount of frequencies. You understand? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Everything is not, you can't be aware of it, but it's like you are consciously creating it, the subconscious, right? So you are creating your own subconscious. So that information, once you create the subconscious using this, the program that we are given in this subconscious that we're living in, which is the universe, then you're going to be able to create your own unique subconscious. In the very same way that you can learn something from somebody, but you'll never create the very same thing. So it just plays out like that, even at higher levels, higher dimensions. Understand? So now the subconscious is like, that's why I like to call the subconscious the spiritual. Understand? Because look at a lot of people who call themselves spiritual, right? They like to also call themselves like subconscious beings. They like to like refer to themselves as like subconscious beings. If you can listen to somebody who's spiritual and then listen to somebody who knows about the subconscious mind, you will understand that these people are talking about the same thing. Understand? So people who are spiritual, they will look at like things like nature, understand, and find the messages from nature, and somebody who is subconscious, just typically subconscious, right, who doesn't even think about spirituality in that sense, they will look at like they can, if they understand the subconscious mind very well, the thing that they will do, they will come in, like maybe like, for example, they will come out in nature, right? Or they will look at somebody doing something, right? And they will know what is subconsciously influencing that person to do whatever that they are doing. And that person won't be even aware of that's the reason that they are doing whatever that they're doing. You understand? So it's like a person like that will look at it just like that, right? A person who's subconscious. And a person who's spiritual will say, okay, people like that, they don't see themselves. You understand? Or it's like they don't know themselves, So that's why they're acting out in that subconscious way. You understand? So it's like, in a spiritual sense, you can say, like, God has created people like that, right? Who haven't connected with their subconscious, so that they can learn how to cultivate that connection with the subconscious, because like spirituality just adds a lot of meaning. That's my point. Like, if you can look at spirituality, it's like subconscious. If there was a topic or like a subject about subconsciousness, spirituality would be like a sauced up, juiced up topic about subconsciousness. Because subconsciousness, when you talk about subconsciousness, we look at things that happen spontaneously, instantaneously, simultaneously. You understand? So everything that happens in the universe, everything that happens outside of the universe, we have no control over, right? So it's subconscious. Everything that happens inside of us, we have no control over, right? So it's the subconscious. So that's why, like, I'm trying to just correlate these things, that what we are experiencing, we are just smaller versions of this subconscious mind. You understand? So it's like what we are looking at, we are looking at the physicalness, the physical representation of the subconscious. Right now, when we look outside, at night, in the evening, in the morning, during the day, you understand? We are looking at the subconscious. And you can take any shape and form and you can relate it into the spiritual world, right? And the spiritual world will only direct you back to your subconscious to say, okay, change certain things about your subconscious so that you can change certain things about your life or begin to manifest certain things. It's like the spirituality is more, not even a juiced up, but it's like a much more like scrutinized, understand, version of the topic subconsciousness, you know. So it's like, okay, okay, so like once you begin to understand the subconscious mind, then the conscious mind will look like something that you're just looking at, and it's like you'll understand that everything that you do consciously, right, has already been influenced by something very unconscious, very subconscious, you know, something that has already occurred, you know, way before it can hit you, and then you can act upon whatever the influence that it came upon. Understand? So whenever you react to something, just know that subconsciously it has already triggered you. You understand? And like it was about time. Like once you reach a point where you realize that the subconscious mind, right, is just a reflection of like the universe, how it is, you will realize that everything hits you at a point whereby it has already happened on other dimensions. You understand? You are only experiencing a small degree, a portional degree that is enough for you. You know, that is in your frequency. You know, that's what I'm saying. The more frequencies you generate, the more like you attract the things that are subconsciously there. You understand? So you can trigger anything. You know, like money. We can think about money for now, right? And say, okay, how do you get money? But like that's the conscious thought of it, right? But the subconscious thoughts, the subconscious bandwidth of thoughts, or the subconscious like bank of thoughts that are there, that are counteracting whatever that you want to do consciously, which is getting money, they will trigger certain emotions, right, that are gonna put you at certain frequencies until you practice your spirit, you exercise your spirit to the point whereby now you can see these subconscious thoughts, right, and then you can overcome them. Any topic, any subject, right, that's how you subconsciously overcome it. That's how you subconsciously understand it first, so that you can overcome it. And then now we know that you have overstood the subconscious mind. You know, because what we are trying to do now is to over understand the conscious, right? And now the conscious has took our direction way further than we should, understand, because all we had to do is to understand it and overstand it, not overly understand it, understand, not overly overstand it, you know. So we have to understand now the subconscious, and once we understand the subconscious, we're going to develop enough awareness to travel in the subconscious to the unconscious while we are having these bodies, right, which is what we are meant to do. We are meant to develop just the awareness and take that awareness in the very same way that we developed the spirit and then we took it to the physical. Now we are developing the awareness and then we're taking it to the spiritual. Understand? It's like going to school and going back home. It happens even here down. So it's like I don't get how people, but I do get it. But it's like I don't know how it even came here that people can't actually like use their what God has given them to actually see what is happening. In the very same way that I'm explaining it to you, because all I'm explaining is things that you know every day that keep happening, and they apply on all levels. So if you are somebody who's into science and you have cultivated a certain amount of awareness, aka you have raised your vibration to certain frequencies, then you'll be able to look at science in a much more different way, and you'll be able to explain like much more complex like concepts in a much more easy way, in a much more concise, in a way that everybody's gonna understand it and actually see it for what it is, just like you're seeing it. Because the very fact that I can make so many examples with this shows that that's how we are learning everything. The more examples you see, the more you're gonna know about that thing. If you had no experience about looking at like, for example, me, if I hadn't seen, like, growing up I used to see a lot of accidents, so if I hadn't seen that, I wouldn't be a person who's much more aware of things that cause that kind of thing, so I would find myself in those kind of situations so that I could learn that. Now I've put enough information in my bank, right, in my spiritualness, in my spiritual pocket, right, for me to not go through those experiences, to rope those experiences, based upon observation, because I've learned them from looking at. That's what we do. There are things that happen in your life that people learn from you, because those things, they never happen to them. So with you, it's the very same thing, from higher frequencies to lower frequencies, which is lower frequencies, which is now in the physical world. Things happening that are not good, and higher frequencies is things happening that are good, so it's like that kind of thing. So like basically that's how you overcome the subconscious. Once you develop enough awareness, right, of the conscious world, and this is how you develop enough awareness of the conscious world. You just look at the world, just be observant. Don't think just because you know that this is a tree, then you have to say, okay, that's a tree, okay. Like, you have to ask yourself, like, what is this tiny thing on this tree? Why is this branch looking this way? At night, now you look at the stars, because these things, trees and whatever, and us, we are stars. At night we become stars, right? During the day we become humans, whatever. And at night, stars become stars and we become the stars. Understand? And they look at us as like they can physically look at us in the very same way that we can physically look at them. It's like that kind of way. Again, it plays out in that sense again. So it's like you have to, what's the word? Like, you have to psych your mind up. You understand? Just put a psyche on your mind to say, okay, what is this? Why is it like that? Now we are living in a society whereby you have to find time. You have to force yourself to find time, to get to think about these things and see them for what they actually are. Because you are always busy doing this. When you come back home, you're tired, from work, from school. You don't even have time to study the things that you need to study. And now you have to study the things that they taught you at school, or the things that you were working with at home. You have to think about them. You have to massage yourself, relax your body, and repair your body, recover, whatever. It's also subconscious to show you that no, you are subconsciously doing something wrong. If you're doing something right, every day you would subconsciously wake up or sleep at a very good, like, you would sleep like a baby. You would melt in your bed. Understand? Like, consciously you would feel that, I slept so good yesterday. Like, it's very rare that you hear people say that these days. Everyone is gotta say, I woke up tired, I woke up early, Like it's crazy. And because you see me, I wake up early because that's something that I always did. Even when I took like because I once took a just about 6 months period just to learn about other things that I wanted to learn, get away from school, work, whatever. So like things like that, they just show you that these things are like energy consuming, the things that we do on a daily basis that we don't need to do, that take us from our purpose. The only purpose that you can think about, that we can all agree upon, is that we are here to learn. You can come up with all these purposes, meanings, whatever, but the only one that we can all agree upon is that we are all here to learn. And what are we here to learn about? If we can eliminate all of these things that have been created for us by man, then we're going to be left with everything that is being created by God. And then that's when we're going to know what we should learn. You understand? So like things like technology, they good, you understand? But it's like there has to be a certain like bandwidth that that we have to like agree upon to say, okay, this is where we stop everything, because like, and you'll find a lot of people saying like, why do these people don't take out like these technological systems that they already created, that these robots, that these android bots that can actually behave like humans? No, we don't need those things. That's what I'm finna tell you right now. We don't need those things, So it's fine. Let them show them on TV. Let them like keep showing those things on TV. It's okay to see them on movies, whatever. We don't need to live with those things, So it's like I said, we are overly understanding the conscious world to a point now we are creating ourselves, and we know that some of us are crazy up here. So imagine you creating the crazy version of you. How are we supposed to deal with that? Because now it has no feelings, So it's like we have to stick to nature, and then we're gonna learn about what we were meant to learn about, in every single way that I'm doing, and sharing with you so that you can learn for yourself. Take that time. Like me, I had to be at work, you understand? But the universe caused it for me to not be at work, in a way, so that I can just have this day to do this and like transfer these downloads of information that I've received from the universe, so that they can reach to so and so, and they can share it to so and so, and they can achieve certain things that already have been designed, to happen down here below by higher spirits who have acquired much more information that we need to come here. So it's like I want to also share this other, Carl Sagan said one thing that stuck with me, you understand? And that made me realize that actually like science is like the over scrutinized version of like whatever that is, like whatever that we call spiritual, understand? Because he explained something about like intelligent beings, whatever, you understand? And he explained it in a way that nobody has explained it before, but I'll upload a video about it, talking about that Carl Sagan version of like communicating with higher spirits, like that was deep, you understand? But it like it resonates with what I'm saying, how I'm looking at it too, that okay, this is how it is, but like this is how you overcome your subconscious mind. Simple as that, So like hit hippie soul in the building, man. I promise you, once we reach a point whereby now I can do live streams, like this like something just happened right now, right before I started doing this video, because I was jammed up on my phone until something happened that made me realize that you have to shoot another video so that you can share this information. So like I had a rubber band, right, and I was holding it up on my phone, because like there's this, because I had fixed my phone screen, right, and now this thing started coming off, like it's not glued up very well, you understand? So now I have to put a band right now so that I can fix it up later, because it's simple. So like anyway, now as I was in my phone locked up like that, Then the next thing, that band, like I saw that when it pulled out of my phone, right? But like the way it's so spacious right here, there's no way I could lose it, man. It's so spacious. There's no grass, it's just like paving. So I could, and it's black, I can see it if it was here. So like right now, I don't know why I'm not seeing it at all. Like it has vanished like that. It has vanished right upon my eyes. You know, a rubber band, a black one. Like I've been looking at it now, looking for it for, like I even gave up, you know, like, but yo, my phone is still working. It's just that I wanted to put a band on it so that that thing won't come out, you know, because it's already loose. So like, yo, anyway, things like that do happen, you know, and we can't find an explanation for that, but we can on this channel, we can. So it's like you guys, I wish y'all could just get me to like the subscribers that allow us to do like live streams. Understand? Once we reach to that like level where we can do live streams, then like, yo, it's gonna be late. Like it's gonna be late, cause I'm gonna, like, I want us to all eat. You understand? I want everybody to stand up on their feet. You know, just like so that they can find stability. You understand? Which is like what I'm doing right now, what I'm working on. Understand? And I want us to reach on that level, you know. So like the more this channel grows, I'm gonna implement some of those ideas, you understand, onto the channel so that we can all expand wherever that we wanna go through the help of others. That's why I'm saying I wanna create a tribe, not even create. It's like I wanna find it, you know. So as I said, so far there's like 70 people like that really like resonate with it, you know. And like I know there's at least 10,000 people in the world. So like I'm still looking for a lot for you guys, you understand? Like for real, I'm still looking for y'all. So like if you feel that you resonate with whatever that I talk about on my videos, like you gotta hit that subscribe button. Like not even in a long time like that, you understand? In a few months or so, we're gonna be on the next template, all of us. Like the sooner we can do this, the sooner we're gonna get on the template, and the sooner y'all gonna understand what I was working on, you know. Because like I want everybody to realize that having materialistic things and money is not everything, you know. So like those things, you gotta just look at them as things, you know, not things to get attached to, because you're gonna have abundance of, you know. So it's like that's what I want to achieve, so that everybody can now raise their consciousness on their own after understanding that these things that they think they need right now, that they are working for, doing all these things for, they don't need them, you know. Once they get to understand that, then your consciousness will go above your conscious awareness. Consciousness is there everywhere, from the unconscious, the superconscious, to the conscious. There's consciousness. What is lacking now on other dimensions is what? Awareness. Awareness of the type of consciousnesses that exist in those dimensions. All degrees of the pyramid, you know, of the God and the creation, you know. So it's like, yeah guys, let's reach that goal. Like I think 1,000 subscribers will be enough for us to actually activate the not the monetization, what they call this shit, the live streaming. Yeah, the live streaming, so that y'all can ask me questions, right, while I'm still chopping up whatever that I come with. You know, I'm gonna come with my things that I need to share with y'all, just like I do on these videos, and then y'all gonna ask me questions, right, on other videos, and yeah, I'm gonna answer that. We're gonna work on something that is very good, that's gonna all help us. We might even like yo, just hit that, make sure that we get that goal that we have, you know, so that we can ascend and see what is happening, you know. because like all it takes to raise your consciousness is to like stop thinking. The degree which you allow yourself, right, to control your thinking is the degree in which you allow yourself to control your consciousness or your conscious awareness. You know, the awareness that you have within these consciousnesses. Cheers to Hippie Soul, man. 1,000 subscribers very soon. We're manifesting that. Hippie Soul in the building, man. What's good, yo? Gang.